She never knew that one day, she would end up with a snake as a husband. Welcome, dear listener, to Tales by Tatiza, where stories of mystery, love, and wisdom flow from the heart of Africa. Sit close, and listen well. For this is the tale of the snake chief's wedding. In a small village surrounded by green forests and golden fields lived a young woman named Amina. She was kind, humble, and beautiful, loved by all who knew her. Each morning, she and her mother would walk to the river to fetch water, laughing and sharing stories as the sun painted the sky. But deep within that same river lived a powerful spirit, the snake chief, guardian of the waters, who had been watching Amina from the depths below. One quiet afternoon, as Amina filled her pot, a soft voice echoed from the river. "Amina, do not be afraid." Startled, she dropped her pot and looked around, but saw no one. Only ripples moving gently across the water. That night, the same voice whispered again in her dreams. "I have watched you with love, Amina. One day, you will be mine." She woke up trembling, unsure if it was real or the river calling her. Days later, while walking home, Amina met a tall, handsome man dressed in royal cloth. His eyes glowed faintly, like gold under sunlight. He spoke gently, yet his words carried power. "Do not fear me," he said. "I am the snake chief, ruler of the river. I have taken this form so I may know you." Though frightened, Amina could not turn away. He began to visit her often at dusk, bringing her jewels from the riverbed and flowers that never faded. And slowly, her fear turned into curiosity, then affection. One evening, he asked her to follow him to the river's edge. As they stepped into the water, his skin began to shimmer, scales replacing flesh, his eyes burning bright. Before her stood a giant golden serpent, hissing softly. Terrified, Amina ran through the forest, her heart pounding as thunder roared above. The serpent's voice echoed behind her. "Amina, you promised to be mine." She tripped beside an old shrine and cried, "Spirits, protect me." Lightning flashed, and everything went dark. When Amina opened her eyes, she was no longer in the forest. She was inside a glowing palace beneath the river, its walls made of pearl and coral. Before her sat the snake chief, now in human form again, his voice filled with sadness. "I did not mean to harm you, Amina. I only wished for love." In time, Amina saw the kindness behind his strange nature. He treated her with care, and soon, love grew where fear had once lived. The river palace filled with light and music. Spirits of the water danced, shells shimmered like stars, and drums echoed through the deep. Amina was dressed in golden cloth, her crown made of coral and light. The snake chief took her hand and said, "From this day, you are queen of the waters." But Amina's heart ached for her mother and the world above. Seeing her sorrow, the snake chief granted her a wish to visit her family once every full moon. That night, villagers saw Amina by the riverbank, her pot glowing faintly under the moonlight. She smiled softly at her mother, who wept with joy. And as she walked back into the water, a golden reflection followed beside her, the snake chief, her husband, waiting below. And from that night onward, whenever the moon shone bright, people said they saw her silhouette at the river, fetching water for both worlds. So, dear listener, remember this: not everything that appears strange is meant to be feared. Love and understanding can grow even between worlds. For sometimes, true beauty lies beneath what our eyes can see. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to keep the magic of African folktales alive. Join us again next time on Tales by Tatiza, where every story carries a lesson, and every lesson begins with a tale.